Hey everyone, so in this video I want to walk you through why people aren't buying from you. So if you are a coach or consultant and you're having calls with people and people are not even like having calls, maybe you're in the DMs, you're talking to people and like people are like, oh, I love this stuff, this is so powerful, but no one books calls, no one buys. Even when they do book a call, they're like, oh, I need to think about it, I'm not interested, all that type of stuff. And you're wasting time with people that are just like there to just take your value, no one's actually converting, all that type of stuff. So in this video I just kind of want to walk you through my whole process behind actually converting people, making them buy, and the reason why maybe no one's actually buying your stuff. You're busy just like selling to people who just don't want to buy your stuff. So I'm going to explain to you why that's the case and how you can actually fix that so that people actually buy stuff. If you don't know who I am, my name is Nashiz. I run Webful, content marketing agency that helps coaches and consultants get more clients essentially. If you want to see specifically how we do this, I have a good video on my website that breaks down the whole thing. And if you want to see specific strategies on how we do this, so you can just like copy it if you don't want to work with me, then join my Facebook group. It's completely free. There's tons of free value. There's tons of assets that go over that stuff, and you can enjoy it over there. So yeah, go do that. So I'm going to explain to you why people don't buy stuff. So this is extracted from Sell Like Crazy. So thank you, Sobi. I'm gonna break this down for people who are not aware of this, and this is basically the market triangle. So basically, in any given market, there is a triangle like this. So basically, there's people who they are not problem aware. So what that means is that they don't really know. They don't know they have a problem essentially. So let's use an example of let's just use an example of people that like they're trying to, let's say fitness, for example. Let's say fitness people, they're trying to lose weight essentially. So you might have someone that is kind of fine with their weight. They're just walking around. They don't think that they're being fat is a problem. They're completely fine with it, all that type of stuff essentially. And then you have the 20% of the market who is basically problem aware. So they know, let's say that this person knows that damn, I kind of need to slim down a little bit. It's becoming hard to do certain things. There's a problem. I'm looking for solutions. And then you go into the further 70% who are basically in information gathering mode. So these are the people who've moved from all this stuff, and then basically they are looking for solutions to help them basically, lose weight essentially. So they're like, okay, what are the best things to buy? What's the best program to buy? Who's the best fitness trainer? All that type of stuff. And then there's 3% of the market that is basically ready to buy. So they've gone through this whole stage and now they're literally looking for the solution. So they know what the solution is, or they might not know what the best solution is, but there is a solution and they're looking to buy. So this is when people go on Google and they're like, personal trainers near me, or like weight loss supplements, best weight loss supplements and stuff like that. So that's where people go. So what does this have to do with like buying anything? So basically what people end up doing is that they don't try to move people up this ladder essentially. So what people do is that they will, and this is what I don't like about like some coaches that preach people to just like, oh, just do ads and just target the 3% of people who are ready to buy. The problem when you do it this way is because everyone else is targeting the rest of the 3%. So it might sound like 3% to you, and you're like 3% of like, oh, this huge market is like tons of money. Everyone else is targeting that market. So what you're actually targeting is like 0.0001% of the market, because everyone else is actually doing the same thing. So don't do it this way. I mean, if you want to get quick cash, yeah, you get active people, but the people who end up doing this stuff and the people who end up signing for stuff, if you don't have a nurturing system, are usually like the worst people to work with. But I'm not saying that you can't run ads and like, target the rest of the market, but most people who preach just target these people don't do it that way. What you need to do instead is you actually need to create content that basically gets people from here to here effortlessly. So you're moving people up the decision ladder. And if you don't know what that is, I'm not going to talk about it because I talk about it too much in this video. But basically it's the ladder of like how people buy stuff. So what you want to do is you want to start with making people aware of the problem. So making people aware of like, hey, for example, if you're helping people lose weight, making people aware of the problem of maybe, for example, just like being overweight. Like making people aware of that stuff is like, hey, 5 secrets you didn't know about XYZ, blah, 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 blah. So that's why you see those marketing stuff. And the reason why they do it that way is because it works. So you want to create content that basically makes people problem aware. And then once you make people problem aware, you want to basically give them the solution in your copy. I'm not going to explain how that stuff works because like it's going to take too long. I don't want to make this too long. But you basically craft those videos in a specific way that it takes people from here to basically here essentially. And there's a specific way of doing this. I'll probably do that in a different video, but you want to have a structure that will basically explain the process of like, hey, for example, I'll give a quick little structure of like, hey, problem, why this is the case, who is to blame, what people usually do, how I do it, case studies, CTA. So it kind of follows like a system like this where it's like, hey, this is the problem, this is why it happens, who is to blame, because no one likes to blame themselves for their actions, what people usually do, so the mistakes people usually do, so kind of trying to resonate with them, how you do it or how your clients have done it to basically help them, case studies, and then you basically have a call to action. So this video will effortlessly push people from here to here. The problem is that no one tries to make content like this. Everyone will have this in their head, but they wouldn't actually like put this out on like paper, on like a Google Doc or like a video that basically breaks down exactly how you do this thing. And this is what VSL does. It basically helps people. It's literally a sales letter, and it just converts like people extremely well. So if you do this in a specific way, number one, you're gonna get really targeted people. You're gonna get people who you've basically like automatically moved up this ladder. So by the time they get here, they only want to work with you because they've seen the content by you essentially. But if you obviously do this consistently and you prepare this up with more different content, you're gonna get people actually interested in what you're doing. And the reason why this works super well is because I had a prospect that reached out in like, I think the window of like 48 hours, got them to pay us like, a big retainer essentially. And he didn't know who I was. Like even in the DMs, he was like, hey, I don't know if you have like case studies and stuff. I'll probably put like a little screenshot here if I can find it essentially. It was like, oh, I need you to show proof. And then he basically like, paid straight away, which was crazy. So this stuff does work. And like if you implement this in your systems, you will get people that want to buy from you, and you wouldn't have those situations where like people aren't interested, all that type of stuff, because you're actually like helping them be aware of the problem and then obviously show them that you were the solution, instead of like, hey, buy my thing now please. Like, no, I don't know if I need your thing in the first place. So do it that way and I promise you get better results. Hope this was a very informative video. If you're interested in how we can help you get more clients, first link in the description, check it out. I don't know if we're actually accepting people right now, but if you're interested, you can check it out. You can book a call or whatever. But yeah, we'll speak very soon. Peace.